What's going on, everybody? This is Jeff with Altcoin Buzz. Where y'all at? Where y'all tuning in from? What's going on? Let's see if we got everybody tuning in here. We're looking at a little bit of a Red Sea. People are concerned. People are freaking out. People are panicking. And then some people are just so super stoked that they got another buying opportunity, another crack at this thing to get some good buying opportunities. For those of you who are new here, my name is Jeff with Altcoin Buzz. We just had Steve go live. I hope you guys enjoyed that live feed with Steve. Steve is always doing a great job. I just met up with him today. We hung out, and Steve's fun. So I hope you guys are all having a great evening here. Let me know where you guys are tuning in from. But we're looking at a Red Sea. Some of you guys are panicking, especially the newbies. So if you're a newbie and you're panicking, let the veterans lead you on the way and say, "Hey, we've been here before." It's like that meme we posted on our Instagram, Altcoin Buzz. It's like we're in a correction inside a correction that's a part of another correction because we've been in corrections for quite some time right now. If you guys can see and hear this live feed, smash up the likes, show some love. Let us know if you're tuning in and you're having a good time and you're happy we're going live, because we're going to go live and we're going to dial this in and we're going to take a look at some things and share some thoughts as a community. And I appreciate everybody who's smashing up those likes. We went from 12 to 28 just like that because that's how you guys respond. And Ahmed, he says, stop hyping, Jeff. Okay, so people are, Ahmed's concerned that we're hyping. Okay, Ahmed, if you're out there, uh, he says, we're going to 6K. So Ahmed, he says, we're going to 6K. He's got that crystal ball that tells him we're going to 6K. Just because Tone Vase and Doug Polk made that $10,000 bet, Doug Polk says we're not touching 6K. Tone Vase says we are. People think that Tone's right, but even if we do touch 6K, you think I'm panicking? No, because I'm not trying to pay capital gains tax for a while anyway. So I got to hold everything for a year anyway. So I got this like year plan. But does that mean that I'm keeping an eye on the cryptocurrency market, making sure everything's getting done correctly and everything's good? Of course. So thanks to everyone who smashed up the likes. Goofs, that what lower BTC should be put in with the zombies. Okay. So some of the stuff that we're going to talk about in this video are going to involve some buying opportunities that exist. I just got off the phone with Shash Watt. As you know, Shash Watt is a team member of ours. I went to Singapore. I met up with Shash and we had a great time. And some of the things that we were talking about on that phone call was buying opportunities that exist with ICOs, and I agree with. Okay, so if a great project does an ICO, let's say the ICO price is at 30 cents, right? And that's what the coin ICO is at. Now we've seen where an ICO would have a coin or token at 5 cents, and then the next thing you know, the token goes up to $1. We saw that with Power Ledger. We saw Power Ledger go well below $1 even after it was ICOing at 3 cents. Now, what if there's these, because the market dynamic is different? What if there's these opportunities where coins are actually worth less than what they ICO'd at, but they're still great projects like the Power Ledgers and whatnot that exist? So could you imagine, let's say Power Ledger had ICO'd at 30 cents. This is just a fictitious idea, but say it had ICO'd at that price, 25, 30 cents, and it's now sitting at 19 cents. It's a good buying opportunity. So what ICOs out there sold out, knocked it out of the park, and look like fairly good projects are actually below ICO value? And that's something that we want to talk about in this video, because you guys have been asking us for low cap coins that potentially fit that profile. And that's kind of what we're looking to do here. So I'm reading some of these comments because people have said, stop reading the comments, because apparently some of you guys who comment don't sit well with the veterans in cryptocurrency because you guys are all over the map. Me, I think they're saying that I'm getting distracted by lunatic comments, which I'm not too concerned with, but let's try to keep this professional as an altcoin buzz community. And if we're gonna comment, at least say things that don't get me in hot water and get you guys in hot water, where we look like we're a bunch of clowns out here just trying to joke around. Okay. Jeff, why are you always in a hotel room? Oh, okay. So that's a good question. I think that's not a joker question. That's a really good question. So I'm traveling a lot because I'm doing a lot of meetings and I'm doing a lot of meetups. Um, but I'm also getting ready to move. So I'm moving from my home and I'm resettling, but I'm also traveling a lot. For those of you who understand that, smash up the likes. If you don't understand what it's like to have to travel, that's okay. But that's the kind of state of mind that I'm in, is where I'm traveling a lot. How can quantum computing kill Bitcoin? Oh my gosh, what a tremendous question. This guy who asked this question, this PW guy, I'm going to actually reserve that for a video, because that's a little bit more than just, hey, Jeff shooting from the hip and trying to answer how quantum computing can kill Bitcoin. But just as some of you guys are worried that Hashgraph or Tangle or another technology could defeat blockchain, that's a great question. So there's always going to be perceived threats. That's like saying, how can pre-search kill Google? How can Steam kill Facebook? So there's always going to be these perceived threats that exist, and quantum computing to Bitcoin or to blockchain in general or cryptocurrency could be a perceived threat, and that's a whole subject all in of itself that we can actually dial into if you guys want. So I'm going to be looking here. Thank you to everyone who's been smashing up the likes. Keep smashing up those likes if you're new here and you guys like doing live feeds, because that's what's going to get this thing out there, and that's going to get this thing tuned up and humming hardcore right now. Okay. You guys are saying, hey, hey, buddy. Hey, what's going on? Mike Conroy. What's going on, old buddy Mike Conroy? How you doing? Jeff, are you buying your new property with Proppy? Ooh, that's a good question. No, my brother's a real estate agent, but um, you best believe that I do advocate for cryptocurrency and blockchain all the damn time. Okay. My concern with the reason I can't actually use Proppy to buy a property, outside of the fact that my brother is a real estate agent, is the fact that Proppy actually only supports a couple cities. And uh, one of the cities that I'm looking to buy is Phoenix, Arizona. So Phoenix, Arizona is not one of the supported places for Proppy. But Dubai, I saw Los Angeles on there. But I like Proppy, and I believe Proppy has a lot of opportunity. And you better believe that I'll tell my brother about Proppy as a real estate agent if Proppy's able to really start getting some traction. Heck, I'll even become a real estate agent and start using Proppy if I need to, because I do support the blockchain at all cost. Um, and even today, I was out there advocating for cryptocurrency among a lot of people in a corporation, just saying, hey, are you invested in cryptocurrency? Do you know about cryptocurrency? And having to deal with people who are saying, no, I don't like Bitcoin. I don't like cryptocurrency. And I'm sitting there saying, well, hold on. Let's talk about that. And then when we get done talking, they're like, "Oh, okay, yeah." And then they don't know what else to say, because knowledge is power, right? The more we inform ourselves about cryptocurrency and Bitcoin, the more influential we come. And it's possible that we could drop the ball as a community. That would be a sad day if we dropped the ball as a community, but that would mean that we'd have to be divided. We'd have to be also supporting crap projects that are never going to do anything, and a whole bunch of hokey liars out there, right? So, um, people are saying, "What's up, Jeff? My white N word." Now that's funny. Oh man, Amaron Mathis says my white N word. That is too cool. Thanks, man. Jeff looks so Russian. Do I? Do I really look Russian? I mean, I went from looking like a white N word to a Russian now all of a sudden, huh? All right. Well, Vladimir Putin, I'd go sit down with Vladimir Putin. Me and Vitalik. How about me and Vitalik go sit down and talk blockchain with old Putin over in Russia? Lincoln GK says, looking like a doll, bro. Oh, that's funny. You guys were saying, why are you looking like a doll? Now you're saying I'm looking like a doll. Anyways, Johnny Bitcoin says, you look albino. You look like Kanye or Kane from WWE. Jeff, hi Jeff, always going live. Yeah. So what's going on, Dion? Let's talk about some of these buying opportunities. Let's get into this cryptocurrency. I know you guys like to joke around and kick the can around and play around. Smash up the likes if you're just showing up, and let's dial in here. So right now, we're looking at a market cap of 415 billion. It's not the end of the world, right? We're still above where we were like what, a month ago, But over the last 7 days, most of our positions outside of Bitcoin Cash and EOS in the top 20 are down. I mean, Bitcoin's still searching. Bitcoin is just outrageously pumping. I made a comment about on Twitter, Blockchain J. If you guys want to keep up with me on Twitter, when I'm not able to go live because I'm in hotel rooms with low inferior Wi-Fi, I'm tweeting, right? So if you're looking to keep up with me on Twitter, Blockchain J. Also Altcoin Buzz IO. But I mean, we're only looking at a couple coins that are up outside of Bitcoin, Bitcoin Cash, in EOS. Everything's down. So where's the buying opportunities? Well, all you people out there who say, never trust a guy who's investing, never trust someone who invests in Ripple, right? You've heard that before, right? People are like, anyone who tells you to buy Ripple, never trust them. Well, I disagree with that, okay? Because I think as Ripple enters into the 60 to 70 cent range, I think it's a buying opportunity just based on sheer hard, facts. And Ripple is still one of the strongest cryptocurrencies. But if you, for whatever reason, cannot stomach taking out a position in Ripple, you always have Stellar. And Stellar's like the good guys Ripple, right? So if you were to say, hey Jeff, now what are some cryptocurrencies that you're just super bullish on? I would have to say Stellar is going to be like number one. Stellar is like my top pick right now. I'm a big Stellar Lumens fan. XLM. Outside of that, I still like Cardano, but I'm keeping an eye on Charles Hoskinson as a leader, but I still think Jed McCaleb from Stellar is a little bit better leader and will get the job done and execute a little bit better than what Charles Hoskinson from Cardano is able to do. Obviously, Litecoin, as it continues to enter into fair game range. And then you have Tron, which, oh my gosh, they just hyped that thing up like left and right? So, Jim Talk says, Jeff, I know you see me. Look into Remy, low cap token under ICO price. Okay, guys, if you're out there, if you're looking for something that I don't know much about, but you want to take an advice from someone in the crowd, and this is just someone in the crowd, it's Remy. Uh-oh. Mark Frank, he's on to me. He says, Jeff, how many beers have you had tonight? Bro, full transparency, I've had 3. Oh, let's see if the numbers go up. If you guys are gonna stick around for this live feed because I had 3 beers, smash up the likes. If you're out of here, let's see if the numbers go up or down. I did give full transparency. I've definitely had three beers. I had some baby back ribs, some French fries, and some mixed veggies, and 3 beers. I wanted to have more beers though, but I said no, I better not because if I go live, whoa, the numbers went way up on viewers. So no one left the live feed because they're like, Jeff had 3 beers, I'm out. They're like smashing up the likes too. So uh Lincoln K says Jeff looks like a violent dude. No, I don't want to be a violent dude. Oh man, that makes me sad. Do I look like a violent dude? That's not cool. Why would you say that, Lincoln? I'm not trying to be violent. Like I'm more into like peace, love, and pancakes. You know. Um, he says you're not Superman. Stop smashing up the likes. Okay, what do you want me to say instead of smashing up the likes? And by the way, I'm cool with Superman. Okay, like he's a good guy, and I like that guy because he does a lot of hard work. He works hard, and if you guys want me to say something else, um, we'll keep it positive. And we'll keep it cool. By the way, if you thought I was a violent drunk when I drink, I do not get violent when I drink. I'm like the happiest drinker out there. Like I'm totally a peaceful guy. So that's funny that someone would even think that. But hey, I mean, if I was a violent drunk, I'd be like, "What? You think I'm a violent drunk?" um, Space Five says I wouldn't get in a beer fight with me. A beer fight? Yeah, because then we'd be drinking beer. What's your favorite beer? Wow, you guys don't want to talk about crypto or what? My favorite beer? Ooh, that's a hard question to answer, isn't it? Uh, okay, so you guys are saying no more old coins, something new with Jeff. So you guys are curious, why don't I talk about some of the older projects that I talked about back in the day, right? Well, the reason I don't talk about some of those projects is number one is they didn't live up to um, their what we anticipated. Um, but have I sold any? No, because if you look at my portfolio, I'm in that year plan where I'm like, I can't really touch anything that I bought in a year because the IRS wants capital gains on everything that I hold less than a year. So I'm like, I've got to hold everything for at least a year. Everything I buy, I'm like, I got to hold it for a year. Sure, I could sell it tomorrow. I could sell Tron for profit. I could sell Verge. I could sell whatever coin I wanted and take a profit. But I'm like, no, because I'd rather hold it for a year because I think the crypto market has so much room to grow. Now, granted, I will say this, and this did come to me the other day as I was just kind of thinking, I was like, man, with all this capital gains tax, I'm like, next tax season, people are probably going to um, take profit on their positions and they're going to sell, at least in the United States, they're because of some of you guys watch from Japan, some of you watch from Europe, but some of these cryptocurrencies, people are, they're trading, they're going to take their profits and they're going to cash out at the end of the year if the market's up. So we could be looking at a similar situation that we saw in November and December where the market went up and then people were like, oh, they got to pay their taxes. So they started taking profits early January and the market corrected early January is when it began. And then February, because if you're trying to take profits, you want to take at the high, right? So you'd sell like right there at the end. And, it's possible that that could happen again, where these big players take profit on some of their trades to pay their capital gains tax. But for me, I'm like, whatever, because I got the long haul. I got the long haul perspective. I'm looking like 1 to 2 years away. I'm okay with that. Okay, whatever I buy today, I'm not trying to sell in 1 month. I don't care if it goes up or down. If anything, the only thing that I'm hoping happens is better buying opportunities because I keep on working and I keep on bringing in more money to keep loading up on better uh, positions. So if it goes down, I just get a better buying opportunity. I'm not giving up on crypto just because the market is going red for 3 or 4 days, because we already know that we're going to be looking at 3 steps forward, 2 steps back, 3 steps forward, 1 step back, sometimes 2 steps forward, 3 steps back. It's inevitable. So I don't really get to I don't soil my panties because uh the market goes south. I'm kind of like, hey, I've been waiting on this because I got some money that I was setting aside to buy in. I'm not the type of guy to buy at all-time highs. And I'm still trying to figure out why some of you guys get so excited to start buying when the market goes green for several days straight. Truthfully, I'm still trying to figure out the logic. If someone could help me out, why do newbies always want to buy when the market's going up? Why? I'm serious. I'm trying to figure out what it is that makes people want to buy high and sell low. No, I'm seriously asking this question because a lot of you guys, I think, in the audience, whether you want to admit it, are those type of people who want to buy high and sell low. So if you guys can help me out with that. All right. Tom Crypto Man says, what coins are you buying choices? And Tom, that's a good question because you're getting us on track at what we're really looking at. And some of those choices, like I said, I'm really looking at Stellar. I'm looking at Cardano. I've also got my eye on Ripple. You guys asked? Yeah, I got my eye on Ripple. Those are like my top three that I'm really eyeballing right now. I think right now is a really fantastic time to step into some Neo. I mean, if you guys want to step into some Neo at $69, this is a great chance to smash up the likes. Let us know if you guys like Neo, but also step into Neo. I mean, Neo might be in a decent buying opportunity range if you really like Neo. Uh, Joshua Lampert says, do I live in a hotel? No, I do not. I actually have a house that I'm paying rent on. I'm just traveling. For those of you who've been traveling executives or people who like to travel, you understand that life on the road. But no, I actually have a house with a bed and fully furnished and all that that I'm paying rent on that I'm not living at. Um, okay, so Devil Dog says he's Neo's good, but he'd rather buy Icon. Let's take a look at Icon, see where if is Icon in a buying opportunity right now. 388. I'm not seeing a super big opportunity for Nikon or Icon. Nikon's a uh, um, photography. It's a camera. I said, um, yeah. So if you guys, okay, so Zach Dowland says, I've been in it for a year. It is a transition from a noob to a vet. ETC has some great news today, Jeff. Mainstream adoption. Did you hear? So ETC, you're talking about Ethereum Classic. Wow. Ethereum Classic is a really solid pickup. And if you like Cardano, you'd like Ethereum Classic with Charles Hoskinson also involved in that project. And you know, it's actually kind of undervalued, to be honest with you. I think Ethereum Classic is seriously undervalued. It's something to keep an eye on. So I appreciate whoever mentioned that. I apologize. Pop Onea Shelley. So Pop Onea Shelley sounds like Papua New Guinea. But consensus begins on Monday in New York, says Joshua Lampert. Yes, it does. So for those of you who are waiting for some big news in cryptocurrency, keep an eye on New York's consensus meetup, okay? Now, if you guys want to talk about some low cap coins that you could take a look at, I'm going to give you the list. You can write it down. You can do whatever you want with it. But these are some low cap coins that are a little bit below the ICO price. Obviously, someone had mentioned Remy. I don't know much about Remy, to be completely honest with you, but let me give you the list. Morpheus Labs. Take a look at Morpheus Labs. If you're interested in looking at a project that appears solid, that has some clout behind it, take a look at Morpheus Labs, IMI or MITX. Wow, Jeff, spit it out, guy. Dow Stack, GEN. Okay, so take a look at Dow Stack, GEN. Okay, for those of you who are looking for some low cap altcoins, we told you we'd give them. We're gonna deliver on that. Take a look at Chainium, CHX, right? And the other one is Sharder, SS. It's funny because they kind of have the iOS token logo, but so I'll give you a little bit of a brief rundown here on what we're looking at. So Morpheus Labs is a powerful, inclusive, full stack blockchain platform as a service for enterprises. The ICO was only 6 million and the market cap is now 9 to 10 million. The ICO was sold out. So that's Morpheus Labs. Then you have DAO Stack, platform for decentralized governance, enabling companies, organizations to self-organize around shared goals or values. So that's DAO Stack. Okay, you have Chainium, global equity market with no middleman and no fees. So global equity market. If you guys are into these global opportunities that connect people globally, which you know I am because I'm over in Tokyo one day, Singapore another, Hong Kong another, then Phoenix, Los Angeles. I mean, I'm getting ready to go to London. I mean, I get around, right? So obviously, I like these global connectivity opportunities. And then you have Charter Chain, a cross chain distributed storage protocol based on blockchain 3.0. It could be deployed on all public chain storage networks and personal nodes. So, for those of you who are big on this opportunity and you want to hear more about these low cap coins that are undervalued, that are strong projects just going super low under the radar right now because of the market conditions, smash up the likes. Let's see, we're at 194. I mean, you guys talk, I'll listen. But if you guys don't show the love, then how am I supposed to know that this is what you love to hear about? Alex Hicks says good picks. Yeah, I mean, I'll give them to you one more time just in case you guys need to write them down. And I don't want to have to make you guys have to keep watching all the videos all over and over because if you go all this far into the video, 24 minutes in this case, you should at least get the information. So I'm going to give it to you one more time, okay? So these are the ones: Morpheus Labs, MITX, Dow Stack, GEN, Chainium, CHX, and Charter, SS. Charter's just a weird. Don't look. Charter is a weird name. I agree. Oh wow, 231. So you guys do like these low cap coins. All right, we'll keep doing more of these kind of discoveries for you guys. If you guys are going to show some love like you're showing right now, we'll keep pumping out some information. I mean, tell us what you love. If you don't tell us what you love, how are we supposed to know? Pundi X. Oh geez, Pundi X. I mean, are you guys shilling Pundi X now? Trying to get me to shill it? All right. Billy Boo Boo, he says, this bozo needs to stop shilling SHIT coins. That's coming from Billy Boobo. All right, Billy. We'll work on it for you, bud. Hey, Jeff, would you mind giving us your biggest tip when you start investing in altcoins? My biggest tip when you're investing in altcoins is going to be you really want to try to get into a position that's undervalued. I think that's important. So if you look at a position, so like if you look at a position that goes up real fast and then just retraces real quick, it's a pump and dump. But if you see something that was once at, let's just use this example, Ripple. You guys, we'll use Cardano in this case. So what? Cardano once reached like $1.30, $1.50, sitting at uh what 34 cents. Cardano, right? We can almost anticipate that a strong project like that in strong market conditions has a high opportunity to revisit that all-time high. So if you have an opportunity to get into a coin that's 2 to 3 to 4 times off its all-time high, you can that I think that's now now you need to make sure that you personally review and analyze that project and that you like what they're working on. So, assuming that you look at the project, you look at the team, you see the utility and the value in the project, you've done the research, and you see that it's undervalued, I think that is a really solid direction to go. So, for those of you who are new, that's kind of the starting point. You want projects that you personally believe in that are undervalued. What you don't want to do is buy projects that are taking off uh, and are sitting at all-time highs because the odds of them correcting and retracing to a more reasonable valuation are high. And you don't want to be the person who buys at the highest point. Now, the problem that I've seen, and this is like my biggest gripe that I have with newbies and people who are new to cryptocurrency, not by any fault of their own, but it's true. People only want to buy Bitcoin and cryptocurrency when it's at an all-time high. They get excited. They don't want to miss out because they're getting caught up in the sheep herding mentality. It's like everyone's doing it, so I got to do it too. But a real smart investor, when everyone's panicking and not feeling so excited about it, that's when they're stepping into positions. So buy low. But when people hear buy low, sell high, they hear it, they regurgitate it, they repeat it, but they don't want to adopt that plan. Now, why is that? And that's what you guys have to really work on as an individual is saying, why don't you really like to buy low? Why do you always want to buy high? And I think that you have to really look at that among yourselves. So that's my best advice. Enoch Bledsoe says buy low. And I mean, that's kind of what it comes down to. Also taking a long-term perspective, like don't like with capital gains tax. I mean, what that tells me right there is that I got to hold everything for a year anyway. So all I'm doing is pretty much hunting for buying opportunities for the next year because I'm not really a trader. I'm more of an investor. Stephen Handion says FOMO. Yeah, FOMO is fear of missing out. That's why people buy highs because they FOMO into positions. They're like, oh man, Tron's at 30 cents. I better buy some Tron. And then Tron hits a peak, and then the big whale that was driving up that price, because a lot of times it's big whales. Like sometimes it's only 3 or 4 whales that are driving the price sky high. It's not independent investors. They just want to get you trapped in a whale trap. That's what I mean, I don't know if that's a phrase that we use, but a whale trap, right? Well, capital gains tax, from the way I understood it, is what you make on it. So if you bought at 32 cents and it goes to 55 cents, you only pay the difference between what you bought at and sold at. At least that's the way I understand it. That's not professional tax advice. I'm not a professional tax advisor, but that's the way that I understood tax or the capital gains tax. So if you bought at 32 and you sold at 55, that's what 23 cents in capital gains. And then you would pay the whatever the tax rate is, and I think it's almost near 50%. I don't know the exact amount. Uh, Th- Thana says, "Bull trap, mate. Bull trap." Yeah, bull trap, whale trap. I call it a whale trap because sometimes the whales come in, they'll try to drive up the price, and the really effective whales, they don't just buy in all at once. They kind of gradually build it. They're like, well, today I'll dump 1 million in. Tomorrow I'll dump 2 million in. The next day I'll dump 5 million in. The next day I'll dump 40 million in, get a whole bunch of people who are going to FOMO into it, and then I'll just gradually sell it off and take all their profit. Because what do the newbies do? They panic sell. Now, why do newbies panic sell is another question. Well, they panic sell because they don't get into it for the right reasons. They don't understand the tech. They don't understand the project. They don't understand cryptocurrency. They don't understand what they're doing. And because of that reason, they panic sell. So I'm dialing it in here. B Dog says didn't sell jack crap during the last crash. Yeah, I mean you and I don't know where when and where you got in, but you watch Bitcoin touch 6,500 thereabouts, and you watched it recover almost 10. I mean, so you've seen how the market can move fast in either direction. Even if we pulled back to 6,000, you can bet your bottom line that there's going to be people on this audience right now that are going to panic sell this if Bitcoin goes to 6,000. And then you can bet your bottom line that some of you OGs out there are going to be like, Bitcoin at 6,000. You best believe I'm stacking checks. So I mean, it's just a matter of how who you are and how you get down with like your focus and where you see your opportunities. But never ever ever invest more than you can afford to lose. Because if you get into a situation where the market just completely bottoms out, which in a worst case scenario, anything's possible, that's not possible. That's to say that's not possible is ridiculous, but the odds of that happening are slim. But you don't ever want to get caught up in a situation where you're investing your whole entire bottom line. Altcoin Buzz, been a fan for a long time. Thanks for all your content. My strategy is buy low, don't sell. And yes, never invest more than I can afford to lose. I invest a small percent of my extra income. See, that's what B Dogs has the right. I mean, how much harder do you guys have to make this? I mean, what B Dogs just said is basically common knowledge. It's like the difference between, I mean, it's like saying that electricity works off of positive and negative, currency. And that's just the way it is. So if you're ever going to run an electrical current, you're going to need a positive and a negative. And, or let's just say cars. Like if you're going to start a car, you're going to need a battery that operates off of positive, negative currency. You're going to need a octane gas. You're going to need tires, and it's just kind of like, what's the basics of doing it? And B Dogs just hit the nail on the head. Like you buy low, okay? You take a long-term perspective, you wait it out. You don't panic when the market corrects. You look to, you don't ever overinvest. I mean, how much easier could this stuff get? So why complicate it? Avenue OC says Americans won't make real money until we can buy in at ICO stage. All right, a lot of you guys, I know you guys are big on the ICOs, and you've seen a lot of massive gains coming from investing in ICOs. But that's why we just talked about some coins or some tokens that are actually under ICO stage valuations. And we just mentioned those. That's Morpheus Labs, DAOstack, Chainium, and Sharder. So, you don't necessarily, you don't always have to invest in ICOs to get a great project below ICO value. Okay, uh, yeah, if you guys want to talk about something, we'll open it up to the community. Otherwise, we'll take off. Um, Someone says, "Yo, boy, oh, he's not too happy with the way the direction the live feed's going." So If you guys want me to keep going, smash up the like so we can end it here. I mean, we've gone 35 minutes into a live stream. We talked about a lot of different stuff, and if it's getting if it's getting boring here, we'll just move on, and I'll get on with my night, and I'll go have fun. I don't. I'm just trying to make sure that everyone's staying on top of things, and we're just keeping on going. But if you guys are bored and tired, we'll cash out and call it a day. So smash up the likes if you want me to keep going. If not, just let's call it a day. But yo boyo, he's getting bored. Everyone's saying, well, actually, I at first everyone was saying keep going, and then some people said go to sleep, Jeff. Um, I'll take some questions. How about that? Since a lot of you are saying keep going, but let's uh let's focus on what you guys want to talk about. Hey, thanks, Garrett. No worries. If you smash up the likes, you don't have to smash it again. I'm not worried about it. Who cares about the haters? Haters gonna hate. Well, we take the haters' opinions lightly. We don't take them too serious, but hey, you know, uh, they have an opinion and they got their place in life, right? People who are negative people, they got their place. They don't have a very big place because you ever heard that saying, no country in history ever built statues of pessimists. Like name one pessimist that ever got a statue built. Like everyone who's ever had a statue built of them was an optimist. So if you find yourself in a position where you're like, I think I'm a pessimist, just realize you're not going to go down in history as a winner. Now, if you go down and you're an optimist, you're putting yourself in position to potentially be a great one. I mean, name an optimist who ever got a statue built of him. Batrika says Kim Jong Un. Does Kim Jong Un have a statue? Is Kim Jong Un a pessimist? But that's North Korea. You guys want to be like North Korea? That's funny though that you would say Kim Jong Un. $2 sent with question. Must have missed it. Can you check out Lifecoin? They are coming with crypto debit card. I don't know about Lifecoin, but I saw it on the market. I have to look into it. Crypto debit card. I know 10x Monaco. So you're saying Lifecoin has a crypto debit card. So to use those of you who are out there who want to talk about coins that are offering a card, take a look at Lifecoin. Thoughts on A Chain? I've actually talked about A Chain. MTS says Machiavelli. Well, does Machiavelli have a statue? And I don't think Machiavelli was a pessimist. I think he was more of he's more of a realist. I mean, I've read Machiavelli the Prince. I haven't read his other books, but Machiavelli, you're talking about Niccolo Machiavelli, not Tupac's song Machiavelli, right? Because there is a difference. Tupac made Machiavelli kind of famous, but Machiavelli, if you don't know who Machiavelli is, he says you got to have the courage of a lion and be cunning as a fox. And there's a modern political view that says that's called Machiavellian politics. Joshua says, "Do you believe in the Illuminati?" I don't know. I've never met anyone in the Illuminati. I've met people who are Freemasons, and people from the Freemasons asked me if I wanted to go to their lodge and meet up with the Freemasons. And I've been to DC where I've seen the Freemasonry stickers on every Escalade that was ever driving down the road. But no, I don't know if the Illuminati is real or not because number one, I'm not in the Illuminati. Number two is I've never been approached by anybody in the Illuminati, but I have been approached by people who are Masons. MTS says, love Machiavelli. I mean, I don't know if I love Machiavelli, but if you're looking to learn some more about like life examples that people might try, tactics that people might try to use on you, you can learn a lot by learning about Machiavelli. Niccolo Machiavelli, the Prince, will teach you a lot. B Dog says Illuminati, lol. Yeah, I mean the things that people will talk about on the live feed are funny. Adam C says grow a beard. You guys think I should grow a beard? I don't know about that. Are you pumped for Cardano this year? I'd like to see Charles Hoskinson really show that peer-reviewed research has a place in the space, and that because Charles he compares himself, him and Vitalik, to Gates and Jobs, which if you know the story about Bill Gates and Steve Jobs, Steve Jobs was the real innovator. Okay, Gates was more like the genius who was able to kind of put things together, but Jobs is the real innovator. Like Steve Jobs is the real, like, you want to get things done, the innovation is coming from Steve Jobs. And Gates copied some of the things that Jobs was able to do, and Jobs called him on that. But the problem with Jobs was he had a hot head, and he lost his cool a couple times. And Hoskinson compared his compared him and Vitalik to Steve Jobs and Bill Gates. And I would say, well, Vitalik's definitely the innovator of the two. Uh, Hoskinson does from Cardano does not strike me as a great innovator, but he does strike me as an intelligent person who understands mathematics. See, Vitalik, he understands mathematics, and he also understands um, innovation. So that's kind of a big thing. So I'm more bullish on Vitalik anything than I would be on Charles Hoskinson. But as you know, I do like Cardano because Cardano's well off the market cap of Ethereum. So yeah, I think Cardano's got a lot of room to grow. Sherry says you would look like a hot biker with a mustache with handles. Like that? Didn't Bill Gates invest in Bitcoin a while back? Okay, so the question about Bill Gates investing in Bitcoin. Bill Gates has made some comments about Bitcoin. I've never heard anything that said that Bill Gates invested in Bitcoin. If Bill Gates wanted to, Bill Gates has enough net worth, he could probably buy a significant amount of Bitcoin. That would be interesting if any of these bigwigs, Elon Musk, Bill Gates, Mark Zuckerberg, Sergey Brin, Larry Page, Jeff Bezos, if any of them were to ever invest into Bitcoin, that would drive the price up a lot, depending upon how much they actually invested. Richard Branson. Blockchain says, love your content. Your channel inspired me to start my own content. Recently started live streaming. Hope to have a fraction of your success. Continue to follow. Well, good luck to you, Mr. Blockchain. Gates said he would short Bitcoin if he could. He's still very anti-crypto. I mean, Bill Gates has said, he goes, well, Bitcoin's more efficient in the sense, because Bill Gates talks with his hands a lot. But he has said some positive things about cryptocurrency. Anyways, guys, Sherry says a Fu Manchu. Just that's funny. If you guys want me to keep going, smash up the likes. Otherwise, we can get going and call it a day. Digital Realm says Bill Gates is an old fart. I would say Bill Gates, he's an old man, but he's also, I like Bill Gates to some degree. I like a lot of things that Bill Gates has said, actually. Thanks for all the good work. Always appreciate it. Any news on Binance iOS app? Good question. That would be great if any exchange could get an iOS app. Osh says, why do you always gravitate towards the negative haters? Don't even read their garbage. I try to give everyone a voice. I mean, I don't need to censor out everyone. I don't gravitate towards anybody. I just kind of go with the flow, to be completely honest with you. Oh, Mark B says buy silver or gold. I say both. Why not? Why not get both gold and silver? I'm looking to get both more gold and silver. Like everyone says, don't put all your eggs in one basket. Even in crypto, don't invest all your money into crypto. One crypto, spread it out over 5 or 10. Don't invest all your money into crypto. Spread it out across other assets, like asset classes like precious metals. So yeah, I like gold and silver. I'm going to get more gold and more silver, to be honest with you. It's easier to get a whole lot of silver than it is to get a whole lot of gold. Joshua Lampert says, too late, Jeff. I assume you're saying that you already invested all your money into crypto. I don't know. I have no idea what you're trying to say, but Quant Stamp still gold. Yeah, I mean, it's good to hold Quant Stamp. All right, guys. I'm going to get out of here, and I'll see y'all later, and hope you guys are doing great. Thanks to everyone who pumped up the likes, and love y'all for tuning in, and we'll see you guys next time.